You have so many Muslims around the world who are named after Jewish prophets without making the connection. It's so hilarious that you have a Muslim named Dawood, and then he says Jerusalem is the capital of Palestine. But he is named after the king who proclaimed Jerusalem as the capital of Israel.
Right.
So you see this contradiction. You see Hamas, by the way, you see Hamas logo for this battle that they call the Battle of Al-Aqsa flood. You see them quoting the Quran, the verse, "Idkhulu alayhim al-bab." This verse the Quran was praising two people for saying this. You know who are the two people? The spies of Israel, Joshua and Caleb. So Hamas is quoting Joshua and Caleb for doing this. You have a terrorist organization in Egypt, Sinai. It's called Ansar Bayt al-Maqdis. Ansar in Arabic is the allies. They are called the allies of Bayt al-Maqdis. Muslims are repeating the word Bayt al-Maqdis without knowing that it comes from the Hebrew word Beit HaMikdash. So these terrorists should be friends with Israel. They are called the allies of Beit HaMikdash, the allies of the Jewish temple.
Wow.
So you should make amends with Israel and recognize its existence.
Wow.
Education is you see this wowing? I was saying this wowing when I was in Paris when Rachel was telling me this.
Yeah.
I was saying, no, Beit al-Maqdis is an Arabic word. She told me, Lu'ay, I'm sorry. Beit al-Maqdis comes from Beit HaMikdash. So you got it, guys, first. We got it first. We got it first. Not so many Muslims know.
I'm introducing to you the original Bible. It was created and encoded by God. The text was created and encoded by God. It's the only original Holy Bible. All the other Bibles are human translation. But this is the original text from God. It has never changed. It's always has been the same 1,197,000 Hebrew letters and 23,206 verses. So what's unique about it? This is the original Bible. When I say original Bible, I mean original text, not the paper. This is the original. For example, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. The English translation, we combined 14 translations into one, and we also added ours. So, for example, the first verse of the Bible reads, in the origin, Elohim brought into existence out of nothing the skies and the land. There is no beginning because God does not have timeline like we do humans. It's called origin. And there is the word bara. Bara means to bring into existence out of nothing. In physics, it's called to turn energy into matter. The skies and the land. It says skies, not heaven. But what you can see here, that the color is blue because Genesis, the entire Genesis book, will be blue. The other chapters and the books will be in different color. And here you have the original book name, which is Bereshit. This is in Hebrew, Bereshit. And this is the first book, book number 1. And now it's getting interesting. Listen to that. We are forcing you to learn the original names by writing them in God's holy letters. This is the name for God, Elohim. We don't expect you to read Hebrew, but you will recognize these letters, and you only have to recognize 2 types of Hebrew words, Elohim, and then Yehovah, okay, which we write in English, YWHW, okay? You write Yehovah. So these are the 2 words, the only 2 words that you have to learn when you have the original Bible. And then you will not be confused with the word Lord, which also means my master. And it will be confused, it's confusing when you read King James and you don't know when people refer to Yeshua, for example, as my Lord, and they meant my master, but they didn't mean Yehovah. So here you have the word Elohim and Yehovah, and you are forced to learn them. And it's not difficult. But let's continue. Here you have the number of the verse, between 1 and 23,206. So when you have the original Bible, you don't have to mention the name of the book and the chapter and the verse. You can just say, verse number 6096. And you can see here the Hebrew and the English. Okay? You can just mention the name of the book. The name of the verse. You see here? Like you say 10,456, and we know which chapter, which verse it is. Okay, the next thing is the book verse number. So, Genesis has 1,533 verses. So you can say Genesis, it's blue, Genesis is blue. So we say Genesis 1480 is, and then you can know what verse it is. So that's nice. And then, of course, you have also the chapter number and the verse, like the one that everybody is using. This is what everybody is using, and these two columns are unique. But look at that. Look at the code to God. You see this column? It took us 4 years to find the code for each one of the 23,206 Bible verses, original Bible verses. You have a code for each one of them. Now, why this can advance your life and connect you to God better? Because in my life, I communicate with God with numbers. If I see a certain number, I know what it means. And I doubt it. At first, I doubt it. But then when I see another number and another number, I understand the communication from God. For example, 86 means Elohim. Yehovah, it's 26. Life is 68. Luck, Mazal, is 77. And so on and so on and so on. So, if I see 2701, I know it means something from the beginning. And if I see the number 5165, I would know what it means. I will go to this verse, Bible verse. Let's say that I see in my life the number 3441. I go to that number. I look at this Bible verse, and it says, let's say, ואל הזקנים אמר, שובו לנו בזה, עד אשר נשוב אליכם. I understand that it's patience. That's what it means. It means be patient. So if I see the number 3441, I will go to this Bible verse and I will understand that God expects me to show patience, to be patient, and to listen to the elderly. Here is another thing. Everyone, I hope that you can see it here on the side. Let me try and do like this. Every one of this Bible, the original Bible that we produce is custom made. It takes us about 2 to 4 weeks to produce each one, and it has your name in it. Okay, it has your name or family name. Some people like to call it the Juravin family or the Smith family, and it has a unique number of this original Bible because there is only one original Bible, number 111, for example. Okay, the original Bible also has your decoded biblical name, so you can see your life path and the way that you are wired, and we decode your name. That's, by the way, a separate service that we have